So maybe this would be a good time to discuss doing that, or actually just do it.
They would be responsible for the
press.
Can we try to go in order? I'm sorry.
I was thinking that we had people set up.
We did.
That already.
Okay.
The problem is that we can't really do a whole lot of contacting the media until we've got something organized enough that we're going to actually, you know, you can see the other day the media showed up here to talk to us for a little bit, but really what they got is a little bit of footage of us sitting around planning. What they really want to see is us in action, you know?
Okay, I got a direct response and a name to talk about. Another direct response? Yeah.
I volunteered to start and head a media committee, and to be, I have experience with press releases, I have experience with public speaking, I have experience in the political realm, and in activism, working with the media, all of that. Because I'm going to be taking on the Twitter account, I think that's also, I'll be, you know, kind of using that as a megaphone, sort of. I think that puts me in a good position to be doing media.
Okay, so Jim and then Nate, maybe you can address your topic after your response.
First of all, I second that nomination. And the other thing I want to say is that with regard to media, I think what's important is that what Lonnie had to say was very important, was that we have to bear in mind that even in this day and age of technology, we have to bear in mind all the other ways of getting a hold of people, no matter how small, from the standpoint of by any means necessary. There are people that did a lot more with a lot less resources. We got to get creative, and I like the way that guy did it.
Okay, we had a direct response from Nate, and then I'll come back to you.
Okay.
I keep leaning in front of the camera.
I'd like to volunteer to be on the media committee. Also, I think with regards to press releases, I don't really think that we need to make press releases, but I think that it's good for visibility to reach out to people so that they know our presence is here. I personally am against press releases because I feel like if the press, you know, as our movement grows, you know, they'll come to us, and I don't know, it would be pretty hard to come up with a press release that I think that everybody can come to consensus on.
Okay, I saw a direct response here, and then over here. Okay.
As far as press releases go, press releases are not something that have to be necessarily long-winded talking about, you know, policy or anything like that. What a press release serves the purpose of is alerting media outlets that we're going to be holding a protest this day. We're going to be holding a protest here this day. This is where we're occupying, and this is why we're here. And we had this many people show up. You know, things like that. It's more about notifying them and making sure that media is aware of our presence, and whether or not they decide to print the release or not is up to them. But it's a
Okay, we had direct response. Introduce yourself.
Press releases, as we're calling it, we're basically intending to make sure that whatever the media publishes about it is accurate and true. And if we don't control that, corporate-owned media is going to punish us if we don't control it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Direct response.
I had a direct response to basically the whole discussion between Lonnie and Jim. I can personally volunteer to do like a weekly based kind of newsletter in print form. I can do that each weekend or whatever at the end of the week, recap what happened throughout the week, and if you guys want to pick it up here or if you want to actually mail it to you, I can do that too. Volunteer for that.
Okay, Nate was on the stack, and then Lonnie, you're next.
Okay.
Okay, I wanted to create like a wish list for everybody to, you know, think of things that the movement needs, and you know, bring to the General Assembly. If there's anything that anyone can think of that we need, I know that personally we need.
We have a point of order. I'm sorry. Yes, Maya?
I think you're moving away from the media committee. Was that determined?
Are we done with media?
We did move on from media because I did not see any more direct responses at that time. So Nate then started So you're saying
New
we're still
topic.
on media and we need to be on something
well,
else?
is it decided and who's on it?
Well,
Okay, Lonnie,
just
okay.
real quick, Lonnie, like I said, getting back to that, the penny saver, I think it should be as basic as what you were talking about, 99% occupy CR, put the park's name in it where basically where everybody's gathering like here, and just give roughly a time that, the general public who reads it in the newspaper, and I think it should carry on not just for a week, but a week in and week out, and I would be willing to pay for at least a week or two to have it in the penny saver, and then if somebody else could pick up on after that, and that way it could just run continuously in there for, 2 months, or whatever, a month. And I'm done.
Sorry, we have a direct response from Kara.
I was going to say, another thing that might go along, I don't know if this will go along with the media committee or another committee, but notifying like the national Occupy has formed. There, I know that there's a website up for it. I don't know. OccupyTogether.org.
Do we have any more direct response? Oh, I'm sorry, direct response to that?
I do. I was watching Link
okay.
TV, and they mentioned
Point your finger for direct response. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
direct
again, that's your
response to
topic.
her.
Okay.
What she said about, national media. I will say that the people that were arrested in Des Moines, the 35 people, did make it on national news on Link TV and Democracy Now! TV. So that was good that they mentioned like 4 cities, Chicago, LA, and Des Moines. So it was kind of neat to see our state with the capital getting a little recognition. So that was very important. Thank you.
I see a direct response. AJ, did you have one?
I volunteer to be on the media committee.
Jim, I'm sorry.
I'll let Rick first.
I got a direct response to that, and it's good that we got on national, media out of that. But one of the major reasons that Des Moines made it on national media is because Ed Fallon got arrested. And Ed Fallon has a radio show as a part of that protest group that was up there, and so then everybody already knows who he's in. He's involved with the media and has those, national outlet connections on a regular basis. The biggest problem we've had here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, is that sometimes you can call the media and they won't even show up. And then when they do show up, whether they'll actually report your story and not twist it, that's kind of a whole other thing. We've seen them a lot.
Sure.
Okay, Jim, you had a direct response, and then
Ashley.
Ashley.
Just to piggyback off what you're saying about notifying Occupy everywhere, everyone together, I always get it mixed up. I think that's going to fall in with the tech aspect of it. As soon as I get something a little more robust, that was my next thing was going to be just to reach out to all the webmasters and try to do the web ring. So it's up there. It'll happen.
Okay, Ashley, direct response.
With what Greg was talking about, I saw Ed Fallon's picture after that arrest. I think he looks good in orange.
He looks real good in orange, doesn't he? That was kind of funny.
Or what he expected.
No. Well, you figure he probably got on the front line of that. I mean, if people were going to get arrested, like most of them, so many volunteered to go up front and get arrested first, and he was probably one.
I understand what you were saying about having the incident in Des Moines having more view in the media because of Ed Fallon, but I also think
and people.
A lot of the incidents that have happened in the past several weeks are because there are viral videos of all these arrests and incidents of people being beat or maced or whatever. And so I think as long as we always have a camera at every assembly, every protest, everything, there's always a video camera. I have one. I actually live in Iowa City, so I can't be here throughout the week and weekends, but just to put that out there.
Ashley had a direct response.
You're on camera right now.
Okay, Lonnie, I have you in the stack at the top. Did you still have something you needed to discuss?
No, just my important thing is the penny saver, because it reaches a lot of people that don't have money to buy the Gazette or basically, have the internet or have Dish TV or any of the cable networks that are living underneath the line. That's a way to get free information.
I have a direct response to that. Sherry over here had mentioned how she had put a post on Craigslist in the events area, so that might be another area to find people potentially interested. I'll just transition out.
You're doing the media job.
About committee meetings, I feel like we're talking about a lot of things. While they're important, it's good to keep everybody informed. I thought it might be a good time to set up, or to try to agree on a time when committees can meet. I was thinking that perhaps 6 o'clock could be the time for committee meetings. They could meet before the General Assembly, put their ideas together so that they can present to the group and then kind of move forward on consensus that way. We want to do that every day, or they can set up their own time. Nate?
Yeah, I think that, since the committees are a little bit smaller, why don't we let the committees decide between themselves when they want to meet?
And, we have people on multiple committees too, so that'll really, unless we all talk together, or, we break up and try to do it in a way that we can be at each one.
I agree. I have nothing against committees meeting together whenever they want. They can hold meetings after the General Assembly. I just feel maybe to have that time organized for people on committees to prepare remarks perhaps and come up with things to present to the group would be nice, in my opinion.
Jim, I do think that whenever possible, right before the General Assembly would be best because of the fact that it's fresh in your mind, it's going to be condensed information, and what has already been a 30-minute GA would be down to 15 minutes because, like, all right, each committee, boom, 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 boom.
Okay, direct response.
I know we're just getting started here. We have a lot of things to figure out. This is going to be kind of painstakingly long in the beginning, these first few meetings. After we get things organized, it's a little more structurally sound, we'll be able to move past these issues a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So, just bear with us.
Okay, I got Chris on the stack. Chris.
I was going to go ahead and say we move to establish a media committee so we can move on.
Is there who
I think we had, what,
raise your
Nate?
hand if you were previously
Yeah, there was a few.
signed up with the media committee. So
There was already a sign up for it?
Well, there was people, you guys were starting to raise your hands earlier, so I know Nate, and there was you, and I think were you going to be on the media committee? Was that? It was some, I was thinking there was somebody else. It's just the three of you?
It's looking like...
Okay.
The three of them?
Direct response, were there other people yesterday? You guys met, I thought, after yesterday's GA. Were there other names, people? I thought there were like 6 people yesterday.
I have a list of some of the committees, but a media committee wasn't something we had established yet. We had established an action committee, and I think you were on that action committee for the protest design, signs and routes. And
I think the media had been...
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but didn't we decide to put the media with the tech committee?
I think that moving forward, that media should be, and
Hand in hand, probably.
hand in hand, obviously, but at the same time, it's like whatever the media comes up with, the tech can facilitate getting that out from a technology perspective.
Okay.
Media should be in charge of the message and getting it out in the non-technological means as well as
transfer of the message.
Focal point. And then it's a simple matter of cut and paste with technology.
Right.
Technology, from my perspective, is a facilitating body. I got the structure. Give me the fill. That's at least what I'm trying to accomplish on it.
Okay.
I would love to have a separate committee that's creating the content, and then all I got to do is...
Okay, Jason had a direct response.
I just wanted to say, since I volunteered to do